another edition of the Step Out podcast, and this is your host, Glen Guyton, coming to you, sharing interesting stories, interesting topics, and hoping that you will live your ideal life. But not only that, I want you to love the life that you live. So today I'm kicking off relaunching. I'm relaunching my podcast. So I had the Step Out podcast for a while. You can go check out old episodes of the Step Out podcast at glenguyton.com. Yeah, that's my name, glenguyton.com. Check it out. Podcast on a number of topics. Entrepreneurs. I talk to a lot of entrepreneurs to find out what people are doing to step out on faith. So that's what I'm all about. I want you to step out on faith. I want you to reach your dreams, because that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to reach my dreams. I'm trying to get it all. I'm trying to get everything that I can out of this life that I'm living. And I want to enjoy myself along the way, right? We only have a limited number of days to live on this earth. So why not enjoy them, right? Why be miserable? Why be miserable living this life? So I'm kicking off my podcast this month, August. It's August. It's when I'm starting this. I don't know when you're listening to it, but it's August when this podcast will launch. And I plan to do a podcast every week. So tune in to the Step Out podcast. You can find me right here, wherever you are finding me now. I'm on iTunes. I'm on Stitcher Radio, all that good stuff. You can find me. You can even subscribe. So yeah, go to iTunes, go to Stitcher Radio, and subscribe to this podcast if you think it is something worthwhile. And I know as we journey together over the next years, weeks, that you will begin to enjoy this podcast. So what I want to do this month to kind of kick off this podcast, because it's all about stepping out on faith. I don't care if you're an entrepreneur. I don't care if you are want to be a pastor or an artist, whatever it is that you want to do. I want you to take that leap. I want you to, you've been staring at the edge, right? This is your life. And you've been staring at the edge of your life for so long, wishing that, I wish I could do that. I wish I could do this. Oh, I wish. But now it's time for you to jump off that edge. We're going to jump off that edge, and we're going to do it together, and we're going to do great things. Why? Because we were created to do great things, right? I believe I was created to do something great, and I believe that you too were created to do something great. So we're going to do it together, right? You and me, just you and me are going to do it together. And also, you can watch this podcast. Is being simulcast in my studio, but it's being simulcast, and you can watch it on YouTube if you rather watch YouTube and you just like my lovely face and say, I want to see him. I don't want to just listen to Glenn, but I want to see him as well. So you can look at me, record this podcast, or you can just subscribe on iTunes or Stitch Radio. I really encourage you to do that. But hey, let's talk about what I have going on this month, the month of August, where I'm going to kick off my 30-day challenge, because that's what we do nowadays, right? We have these 30-day challenges. Everyone is challenging you to take a picture with your twin, and maybe also my twin Steve. We took some pictures together for 7 days, and then Steve went on into the hair business. And if you want to know who Steve is, we can talk about that later. But so it was twin challenge, is take a picture with your spouse. And, I love my wife, but she's not the Facebooky type. And so we probably won't be doing the love your spouse challenge, because why y'all need to know that? Why you need to be all up in my business? I don't understand that. Why do you need to see so much of what's going on? Says the man who posts all the time, right? So that challenge, and then it was the 22-day push-up challenge for people that had PTSD, post-traumatic stress disorder. So there are all these challenges going on, and people tagging you. And if you love Jesus, share this post with 500 friends, and the Lord will bless you. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't even know if the Lord even looks at Facebook. But those are the challenges that happen, right? And we're raising money for all these different things, or bringing awareness to all of these causes for things that we really don't know anything about. Even ALS, right? the ALS challenge, the Lou Gehrig's disease, the ice bucket challenge is something that really kind of kicked all this stuff off. And guess what? It was successful. They found a gene tied to ALS. It's because all the money that was raised and people dumping buckets of ice on people's heads. And I think I donated like $5. I don't know, something like that. So I donated. I didn't just post. I put my money where my ice was. Put your money where your ice is. I put my money where my ice. Look, I donated some money. This is my money. This is my roll right here. In case you are watching, and if you're not watching, can you hear that? Can you hear the sound, that crispness of money? Well, this is not about money, and this is not about ALS. This is not what this is about. But this is about a challenge that I'm challenging you all to today. So for 30 days, this is what I want you to do. I want you to show your appreciation for someone. Often we do these challenges and we talk about things on Facebook and we don't even have a clue. I mean, I don't know anybody. Do you know anybody with ALS? I don't know anybody with ALS. Do I know anybody with PTSD? I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I have PTSD because of the way I was raised. I was raised back when you could beat kids and things like that. And, my mother, we went through a whole bunch of stuff. I mean, I was a good kid, but, I got the belt. So, sometimes I still have a little tick, a little click sometimes in my life. So, so we raise the money for people that we don't know, that we don't have any kind of connection with. We don't have anything in common with them. And so we post all these things on Facebook. And it can make a difference if you're donating money. I mean, it really can make a difference. But I want to challenge you to express your gratitude to someone over the next 30 days. And really, you should do it, I think, for more than one person. I think we can spread this out. We can spread the love to as many people as possible. And say, hey, I care. I care about you. I care about the things that you've shared with me over the years. So the gratitude challenge, that is my new challenge that I am kicking off the first part of August. So the first part of August, I'm kicking it off. The gratitude challenge. Gratitude challenge. So each day, for 30 days, I want you to show gratitude to someone. It could be a note. You don't have to spend a lot of money. Maybe you want to spend $5 every day, right? So that would cost you $150 for this whole challenge. $150 if you want to do that. But you don't have to spend any money. You can write a letter. You can send a card. You can give someone some cookies. And I'd like you to share it. I want you to share what you are doing. If you listen to this podcast, let's share it in positive ways. And then I can tell some of your stories. And people may be interested on how you're impacting your community and how you are stepping out. So I already know I have a list of people that I want to show gratitude to over the next 30 days. And you don't have to post it all on Facebook if you want to. I think it will be good because we have so much negativity on Facebook and some negative things that are going on. Politics can be negative. We ridicule and criticize people. But what if we just sent a note to our mom and say, Mom, I'm so thankful today for the sacrifices that you made for me growing up. Our parents are someone we should express gratitude to. And often we don't show gratitude in a timely manner. Sometimes we just kind of take people for granted, and we don't want to do that. We want to give people flowers while they are alive, as the little saying goes. And this chair is kind of squeaky, right? I might have to give me a different chair if I'm going to keep doing this, because this is a little squeaky. Is it distracting to you? It's a little distracting to me. But anyway, gratitude. Or maybe someone mentored you. Send them a note. Send them a gift card for some ice cream. $5. We can afford that, right? $5, $2, whatever you can afford to show gratitude. So over the next 30 days, my 30-day challenge, my 30-day challenge is for you to show gratitude to the people in your life that deserve it. and make a list. Do you have 30 days, right? 30 people that you can show gratitude to over the course of your life. I don't know how old you are, however old you are. You know, my friends, family, teachers, people that you want to thank over the next 30 days. Make your list so you know who it is, so you can post about them. You can send something to them. You can get their information. But that's my challenge to you over the next 30 days. We jump on these bandwagons we jump on the bandwagon. I don't know how many wagons there are, but we jump on a bandwagon when people are posting things, you know, stuff that we have no clue about. We don't even know who ALS affects, but we're all doing an ice bucket challenge. We don't even know all the data and the science behind the PTSD, but we're doing 22 push-ups for people that we will never, ever come in contact with. And not that we don't value people, but let's value the people that are in our immediate sphere also. It's something that I don't think that we do often enough. And as we think about stepping out, reaching our dreams, I really don't know anybody who has become successful on their own. We always have mentors. We have people that inspire us. Yeah, maybe we have done the work, but oftentimes we have to have someone that's going to open up the door for us, right? They have to open up the door to let us come in, let us achieve, let us be successful. We can be prepared, but we have to also have that opportunity to utilize the gifts that we've been preparing for. So that's what I want you to do. Show someone gratitude over the next 30 days and see what difference that makes in your life. Because if people know that you appreciate them, that it's not all about you, that you're thankful for what they've done, I think they'll help you even more. Believe that. Or as we say, no, I don't know. As we say, people say, believe that. But, you know, as we say in the hood, I'm not really from the hood, but sometimes I pretend that I am. But believe me. Believe me when I say that if we show appreciation when people help us, they'll be more than willing to help us again. Sometimes we take that help for granted. We demand that people help us, like even our parents. I mean, we should really thank our parents. You ever think about that? Like, I mean, I had good parents. I had decent parents. My dad was kind of mean, but I had everything that I needed. I had food. I had a house. I had shelter. They were concerned about my education. Maybe you don't have that, but we should show gratitude to our parents. I mean, even just for giving us life. Maybe we had crazy parents. We should say, well, thank you. Thank you that I was born. Thank you that I have this life to live. Thank you for showing me what not to do and I can be a better parent. We might not, that's a little sarcastic, but you get the point. You understand what I'm saying. We have to show appreciation for the people who have helped us along in life. So I have a mentor. Let me tell you a story about a mentor that I have. I met this young lady who was a public speaker. And I watched her. I was kind of at a point in my life when I was struggling to say, what's next, Glenn? What do you want to do? God has given you these gifts, and you've been running away from your gifts. And what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do with your life? That's what I said to him. I said, what are you going to do with your life, Glenn? And I saw this young woman speak, and I said, hey, she's really good. And then she told her story about how she became a speaker. And I was like, hey, I like that. I said, now I kind of understand how I can put those things together. And, I said, hey, can I talk to you? Can you share some information with me? And she shared some information. She charged me. Now, look, she charged me, but I'm still thankful. Even though I had to pay for some of this good advice that she gave me, I am still thankful for it. But, but because then we've had an ongoing relationship, and she shared some tips with me about how she became an entrepreneur and some of her life story. And she's giving me some good tips to help motivate me to do what I feel called to do. And so we have people in our life like that we have to show appreciation too, because they don't have to help us. And even this young lady, she didn't have to take my money. She could have just thought or she could have just took my money and never talked to me again, right? She could have just said, hey, this is what you do, and just bye boy, bye. she could have just said that, but no, but she's allowed me to, continue to find out information from her and talk to her. So it's important that we are appreciative for people that speak into our lives, that share their life's experiences with us, that help us to take the shorter path to success, because we don't know everything, and there have been a lot of people that have gone before us. And in this day and age, sometimes we just take things for granted. You look at the civil rights movement, all the things that our forefathers did in the civil rights movement, but some of us still take our benefits and privileges for granted. We don't vote. We don't get involved in our communities. We don't step out. We just think that the government owes us. And no one in this life owes us a thing, right? Nobody owes us a thing, and nobody cares. Nobody cares. But your mama might care. But nobody else cares, right? So it's up to us to be thankful for the people who want to be a part of our lives, people that want to help us get better and to be better. Really quickly, I want to share a website with you. There's a website called Random Acts of Kindness. Isn't that great? It's a whole website decided to show. Dedicated to showing gratitude. Random Acts of Kindness. Go check it out. randomactsofkindness.org. They can give you some ideas of how to be kind to others. And I don't want you to be random. So I'm showing you this website because I think it's good. Maybe you'll get some ideas. But we don't want to just be random. Let's be specific with the people that we want to show gratitude to. Let's really think about people who have spoken into our lives. But this Random Acts of Kindness website is great. Let me read one of the lines from the website. It says, "The ripple effect starts with one person to hold open a door, one person to leave a note on someone's car complimenting their awesome parking skills." Isn't that great? Wouldn't you like to receive that when you go to the mall and you have a note on your car and it's like, "You did a great job parking this car"? Wouldn't that make you happy when you came out of Target, if you saw, like, who left this note on my car? They are thanking me for my awesome parking job. I am so happy. That would make your day. It would. So let's be kind to the people in our life. If it's your wife and she just maybe your wife cooks dinner at the house, or maybe your husband cooks dinner at the house. But when you sit down to that meal and say, "That was a good ham biscuit. Baby, this ham biscuit is the best ham biscuit I have ever had in my life." Now, how do you think that would make them feel? Would they be inclined to make you another ham biscuit? Yes, they would. But, sometimes we just come home, "Where the food at? How come there ain't no food on this table? How come you ain't take me out? How come you ain't take me out to eat?" We don't express gratitude to the people in our lives. So let's be kind. Write thank you notes. And that's really, that's just a good start. If you don't want to spend any money, if you don't want to buy them a $5 gift card, do something special. Take care of the kids one day, or clean up the house. You have to figure out how the people in your life want to be recognized. Recognize them in a way that's meaningful to them, these people that have helped you along the way. So this month, I'm rebranding the Step Out podcast, and we are going to be kind. We're going to show gratitude. This is gratitude 30 days of gratitude. Let's show the people in our lives how much we care about them. Show them that we are thankful. Because if we do these things, it will help us live the lives that we're called to and love the lives that we live. It will help us to do that. When we show kindness and gratitude for the people that have done things for us, it will help us to step out and achieve the things that we were created to do. Well, thank you for listening. Tell your friends, tell your family about the Step Out podcast. You only have one family. Tell your friends, tell your family about the Step Out podcast, and join me here each week. Remember, you can subscribe on Stitcher Radio or iTunes, and you can also find me on social media. Thank you for listening.